Good afternoon and welcome to Sunshine Report. Kunle Hariyo is my name. The Ondo State Governor Loki Ayedatiwa says steering committee of the framework for responsible and inclusive land-intensive agricultural investment is aimed at ensuring an enabling environment that guarantees adequate protection for the host communities, derive premium returns on their agricultural land in line with national policies on food security. Performing the inauguration ceremony in Akure, Governor Ayedatiwa said the project is a demonstration of his administration's quest to ensure food security for people of the state through adequate provision of land for agricultural investment. The governor said in a bid to ensure the seamless and successful implementation of the project, the state government has earmarked 7.5 billion naira for the agricultural sector. Government House correspondent to Bankole reports that the committee
office in Akure highlights the Ayedatiwa administration's commitment to promoting food sufficiency. The event was officially performing the inauguration. State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Leye Akinyola, described failure as a vital component of Ondo's agricultural and land reform agenda. He explained that the framework aims to ensure that land-based investments are managed responsibly, inclusively, and transparently, commending Governor Ayedatiwa's visionary and decisive leadership. The commissioner emphasized that the state is positioning itself as a national leader in responsible land governance and agricultural transformation in Nigeria.
The Freeland project represents a cornerstone in the ongoing agricultural and land administration reform of our dear state. It provides a robust framework to ensure that land-based investments are conducted responsibly, inclusively, and transparently, delivering tangible and mutual benefit to both investors and landowners.
Governor Ayedatiwa described the initiative as a bold move by his administration to enhance food production, protect livelihoods, and ensure fair returns for host communities, noting that the core purpose of RILIA is to balance investment opportunities with the rights and benefits of local communities. The governor explained that the committee's main goal is to create an enabling environment that safeguards host communities while ensuring they receive premium returns from the use of their land in agricultural activities in alignment with national food security policies.
The inauguration of this steering committee today marks another giant step in our administration's quest to ensure food security for the good people of Ondo State through adequate provision of land for agricultural investments through sustainable collaboration involving the host communities, local government areas, and Ondo State government. As we embark on this project, our administration recognizes the need to balance agricultural investments with the rights and interests of our local communities. We are of the firm belief that this framework will enhance transparency, accountability, and fairness in land-intensive agricultural investments.
Governor Ayedatiwa urged committee members to carry out their duties diligently according to the committee's mandate, assuring that under its leadership, FRILIA will become a model for inclusive, transparent, and community-focused agricultural investment in Ondo State.
The terms of reference of this constituted steering committee are as follows. 1. Supervision of the FRILIA project in Ondo State. 2. Monitoring of the program, its finances and implementation in Ondo State. And 3rd, the evaluation of the program after its completion. It is my great pleasure to inaugurate this particular steering committee, and you hereby declare inaugurated in the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Congratulations.
The committee is chaired by Governor Loki Ayedatiwa. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Also, the Ondo State government has embarked on the construction of 32 units of 4-bedroom terraced residential buildings for cabinet members, marking a significant infrastructural development for current and future state leaders. Governor Loki Ayedatiwa, speaking at the project's groundbreaking ceremony in Akure, explained that the initiative aims to address housing challenges faced by members of the State Executive Council by providing essential infrastructure. He also called on officials in legislative and judicial branches of government to be patient, assuring them that they will benefit from similar housing schemes. The governor reiterated his administration's commitment to developing affordable housing for civil servants across the state. To ensure the project meets expectations, Governor Ayedatiwa has assigned the project monitoring teams from the Ministry of Lands and Housing alongside the Ondo State Bureau of Public Procurement to oversee its progress. Retired heads of service and permanent secretaries in Ondo State have been assured of the present administration's continued commitment to their welfare and well-being. Governor Loki Ayedatiwa, who received in audience the Association of the Senior Citizens, said their sacrifices laid the foundation for the development of the state. The governor said his administration holds them in high esteem, noting that their wealth of experience and knowledge remains invaluable to governance. He applauded the association for setting up a development initiative committee, promising that any recommendation that aligns with the state's developmental agenda will be adopted and implemented. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole again completes the story.
The inauguration of the Ondo State Steering Committee for the Framework for Responsible and Inclusive Land-Intensive Agricultural Investment, FILIA, at the Cocoa Conference Hall of the Governor's Office in Akure highlights the Ayedatiwa administration's commitment to promoting food sufficiency. The event was attended by Loki Ayedatiwa, officially performing the inauguration. State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Leye Akinyola, described FILIA as a vital component of Ondo's agricultural and land reform agenda. He explained that the framework aims to ensure that land-based investments are managed responsibly, inclusively, and transparently, commending Governor Ayedatiwa's visionary and decisive leadership. The commissioner emphasized that the state is positioning itself as a national leader in responsible land governance and agricultural transformation in Nigeria. The delegation of retired heads of service and permanent secretaries was led to the governor's office in Akure by President of the association, Mrs. Grace Ajayi. The senior citizens were received by Governor Loki Ayedatiwa in company of some members of the State Executive Council as they chart a way to further advancing the state while promoting growth and development.
A committee was set up by our association to look into the issue of pension increase with regards to retired heads of service and permanent secretaries in Ondo State. The committee had already come up with a paper on this.
Mrs. Ajayi appreciated the governor for appointing some of their members into political positions, particularly as chairman and members of the State Civil Service Commission. Beyond the welfare of its members, the association pledged continued partnership with the government by offering professional insights to strengthen policy making and governance. Financial Secretary of the association, Lawrence Ibukun, appealed to the state government for harmonization and upward review of their benefits to reflect the realities of today.
And we look at what we are being paid right now for security is just 25,000 naira, which is not in tandem with the national minimum wage. We are entitled to 2 domestic servants, and each person is supposed to earn 70,000. When we add this together, we have 140,000. And right now, only 30,000 was paid across board during the last harmonization.
Governor Loki Ayedatiwa, who said the sacrifices of the senior citizens laid the foundation for development of Ondo State, noted that their wealth of knowledge and experience remains invaluable to governance. Governor Ayedatiwa acknowledged the need for harmonization and upward review of their pensions and entitlements to reflect current realities, assuring that government will look into their request while considering available resources.
Harmonization and domestic security
the amount coming is so cannot meet the current reality. Well, we'll look into that. And the head of service is still here. I'm going to give it to him again. Let's look at it. Then make a recommendation, and then we look at our revenue at the same time and see, because the resources are limited and they have alternative use. So we can't go out beyond what we are earning. But we'll look at it and see how we can make our senior citizens happier than the way they are. Still happier because at least they are happy that the thing is coming regularly without delay, which they are commended to administration. All the seniors and the salary is coming in on the 25th, 26th every month. That is one of our policies that we have put in place. No matter what, we must pay salary between 25th and 26th.
He applauded the association for setting up a development initiative committee, promising that any recommendation that aligns with the state development agenda will be adopted and implemented. Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
We sincerely apologize for initial mix-up in that report. The Ondo State House of Assembly has reiterated its commitment to promoting safer and less vulnerable communities. House of Assembly Committee on Sustainable Development Goals during a working visit to the office of the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, in Akure, said the 10th Assembly will continue to engage relevant agencies in order to make the environment habitable for residents. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi reports.
Ondo State, like many other states in the country, is prone to a wide range of natural and human-induced disasters, which in most cases led to loss of lives, property, and degradation of the environment. In 2024 alone, over 28,000 residents were affected by flooding, while ocean surge in a larger local government area submerged more than 1,800 buildings and displaced nearly 15,000 people. With the increasing frequency and severity of these emergencies, the visit of members of Ondo State House of Assembly Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Intergovernmental Affairs and Multilateral Relations to the State Emergency Management Agency SEMA underscores the legislature's commitment to strengthening disaster response system and ensuring effective coordination between government agencies to protect vulnerable communities across the states. Welcoming the legislators, Secretary of the agency, Frederick Onuko, briefed the legislative team on the agency's current operations, highlighting achievements and some pressing challenges.
In the bid to also widen our scope for effective disaster management, though this I inaugurated the Local Emergency Management Committee in August 2025, which made Ondo State the second to Lagos in the southwest, and very few in Nigeria.
Chairman of the committee, Raymond Daudu, described the visit part of their oversight responsibilities aimed at assessing the agency's level of preparedness, operational challenges, and ongoing interventions in disaster-prone areas across the state.
The SDG provides a framework for achieving a more sustainable goal and equitable future for all. Goal 11 specifically focuses on making cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, residents, and sustainable. Your agency work in pivotal in achieving this goal, and our community is eager to explore ways we can support and strengthen your efforts.
Other lawmakers charged the agency on the need to do more in the areas of disaster management and control, and encourage SEMA to intensify community sensitization on disaster risk reduction. Responding, Permanent Secretary, Office of the Deputy Governor, Mr. Ido Wojo, appreciated the lawmakers and expressed optimism that with improved funding and stronger legislative backing, the agency can expand its reach and respond faster to emergencies.
The management of disaster is not just about that of the state government or SEMA. It is a business of all. Everybody must, every hand must be on deck, from the grassroots to the local government to the state, and the ones that the state cannot take care, respond to the federal. through NEMA.
Ondo State Emergency Management Agency, ODSEMA, is one of the several departments directly under the Office of the Deputy Governor as part of its mandate to effectively prevent disaster and mitigate on victims. Omoshiliola Adesoye Ajayi, Osrc News.
The dualization of the Akure-Idonre road officially flagged off by Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa 3/30/2025 is already yielding remarkable results. An on-site assessment of the 10-kilometer force phase stretch Rotoye brings us reactions from road users and residents.
For years, the Akure-Idonre road was a commuter nightmare, infamous for its congestion and out-of-vogue single-lane thoroughfare. The journey was often frustrating, marked by bumpy rides, unthinkable traffic jams, and serious delays that tested the patience of travelers. Since the project's official launch in April this year, on the ground, construction is moving at a brisk pace, and one of the most notable advancements is the installation from the area. Jones Fagbiye described the project long overdue, recalling the road's deplorable condition and the delays it once caused.
We were happy when we saw.
Has emphasized the improvements the ongoing construction has brought to transportation, citing reduced accidents and shorter traffic.
There's no accidents. It reduces accidents as well because the bridge over there sometimes accidents used to happen. For now, I believe that once this road is completed, there won't be something like that again.
While the transformation has been widely commended, the situation at Okea Road Junction axis tells a different story. Several buildings and demolition, allegedly over disputes surrounding compensation and relocation.
They cut the whole thing all through. They should have done it maybe up to halfway, and when that place is completed, then they will continue this with the second part. But look at it now. Many people have to go through places that are not particularly palatable, particularly for motorists, even including pedestrians.
Residents call on Ondo State government to break the deadlock by either fast-tracking compensation, resolving disputes, or enforcing relocation so that the project does not lose momentum. Upon completion, this flagship project is expected to significantly
as long queues resurfaced in some areas while other stations remained under lock and key. Omoni Olangbeju reports from Akure, the state capital, where fuel stations have now resumed operations. Her report.
The long queues and closure of fuel stations came as a rude shock to residents of Akure who woke up on a meeting with officials from the federal government and the Dangote Group. However, fuel supply was already disrupted in various parts of the country. In Akure, officials of the Ondo State chapter of Nupeng, Adetomiwa Olati